Going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, my brothers and my sisters, to the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About It podcast. We're just going to be with you for a short while today. Just let you know in advance, I love you guys, man. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. For those of you who don't know, my name is Todd Mickens, the CEO of the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About It podcast, but we allow her to talk about anything. Some of my anything may be your nothing. You know, it may not make sense to you. It may make all the sense in the world. But we're here this morning, and I just want to kind of, I didn't get a chance to really talk about the O.J. Simpson's recent death, and I want to talk about that. And I want to jump straight in for the sake of just having a sort of a guide. Let's just go all the way back to the beginning. Everybody knows O.J. Simpson was a phenomenal football player. One of the first football players from back in the day that really broke the ice, per se. One of the front runners, along with Jim Brown and others, as far as Black American athletes in America. They used to call him the Juice. He had crazy accolades. Crazy accolades out there. Fast forward, he had a couple of Hertz commercials. I think he was in the movie Shaka Zulu. Y'all remember that? I think when it was either Shaka Zulu or either Roots, where he was running on the beach. One of the young princes, I believe, was trying to run and get away from him, but he was But if you ever seen Shaka Zulu or Roots, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Well, that's what it was. Well, his real claim to fame, other than that, was when he was accused but not convicted of the murder of his wife and his best friend, or either her best friend, whatever it was. And of course, this was after the Rodney King trial. Okay. Some people will say that the only reason why OJ was acquitted was because that Black people was already enraged about the police officers being found not guilty for the crime that was blatantly caught on video. Might I add, it was caught on video that while they beat the hell out of Rodney King, they got acquitted. So people feel like today that the only reason why O.J. Simpson got off on that case is that the jury was afraid that there would be a tsunami of protest and rebellion throughout the country. But the truth of the matter is, Johnny Cochran and his defense team pitched a fine case with if it don't fit, you must acquit. Now, I didn't really pay attention back then. Excuse me. I didn't really pay attention back then to to the glove situation with O.J. Simpson. And again, guys, I'm not going to be with you long today. This is going to be quick and straight to the point, and then we're going to get up out of here. I didn't pay attention really to the glove issue last year, but if I'm not mistaken, the glove was taken into evidence. If I'm not mistaken, the glove was soaked in blood from Nicole or either the boyfriends or whoever the guy was. The glove had been in evidence for some time. Now, this was a leather glove. This leather glove had been kept somewhere, I guess, in evidence for all this long time. This leather glove, everyone knows what happens. I don't see how, now that I look at it, I don't see how the prosecution, excuse me, I'm saying it wrong. The prosecutors did not see or understand that anytime leather has been wet and then left to dry, its natural inclination, if you will, is to shrink. Am I right about it? Well, not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but before OJ was to put the glove on, it was a stroke of genius by the defense team for him to put on a pair of latex gloves. Pure genius. There was no way in God's green earth would those gloves have been able to fit anybody's hand after it's been wet, after it's been dried, and you have a pair of latex gloves. Y'all seen OJ was playing it. OJ was OJ was like, OJ was scared to put those gloves on. He was like, man, is this the best my defense has? And I'm pretty sure they probably told OJ, look, this is what we're gonna do, Joker. We're gonna bring them gloves out. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna say that the gloves can't fit. I wouldn't be surprised that they was able to do a test run with the gloves. I'm for real. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a test run with. Listen. Let me tell you what you do. You act like Boo Boo the Fool, like you really trying hard to get those gloves on, but we gonna put these latex gloves on them. And you know what? I bet those gloves, them latex gloves, was the one that got that powder coating on there. So you know you can't get them on. OJ had a glove, showing them to the doggone jury. And as simple as, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Because it was alleged that the gloves that was used in the murder. They were either the well, pretty much not a person who was there along with it. They said whoever wore those gloves had to be the one to kill Nicole. Well, I think that's her name. Excuse me if it ain't. Well, the jury came back with a not guilty verdict. Of course, whether we want to admit it or not, it was a major divide in the country from our white and black constituents, right? I don't care what nobody say. Everybody black was happy and proud except the prosecutor, because black people felt like they won. We finally got one. You know, we finally went to trial. Even if half of us thought he was guilty, we pretty much was like, one of us got away. You know, we won. We didn't get, beat down this time. Because let's be honest with you, after the Rodney King thing, that was a slap in the face that no matter what you do or say, the police brutality at the time and the things that they were doing, they could do whatever they want to do, get caught on camera and still walk away scot-free. So with OJ being able to walk away because it didn't fit, so they had to acquit. We black folks, let's just be honest, we felt like we won. We felt great. The white folks, let's just be honest, most white folks believe he did it. And they thought it was some injustice. So as we tie that in, I go back to the topic or the thought that, do you think that The only reason why OJ got in, I think one of the genius things was, first of all, the length of the trial. I'm learning in trial, there's a such thing as trial and error. Because in trial, you have to be strategic about the time and the positions that you take. I believe the time that was taken up, a bunch of taxpayers' money, the timing of the trial, the timing of the defense making putting OJ up there with the gloves was just perfect. Was genius. Everybody say, well, I mean, yeah, listen, it's all about perfect timing. I don't care if you don't have a job. Nobody wants to sit in a courtroom week after week after week after week. I think when you on the jury, I think they give you what, $18 a day, if that. How many of y'all like going to jury duty? I can't stand it. I give them every excuse in the book. Even if I do got a job, I tell them something, crazy. Hey, I'm the only one working in my household. My wife don't work. I got 12 kids and a dog and 3 cats. And if I don't work, I can't make a living. I can't feed my dog and cats, and they're gonna come take them. And my house note, I'm the only one, that's paying all the bills in the house. That's why I can't be on jury duty. Please, Your Honor, please, ma'am, please, sir, allow me to go back to work. And I do believe those jurors, they were tired of being there, and they also knew and felt. I believe somebody went in there and said, look at him. This was about to happen. If y'all don't want to riot, y'all need to find OJ not guilty. I believe because unanimous decision, it has to be 100% unanimous decision. It has to be without reasonable, no doubt in nobody's mind. In order to be convicted, you must be convicted 100% without reasonable. I mean, no, you don't think that maybe he didn't do it. If one person say, I don't know, because the evidence, OJ get up out of there. Now let's fast forward. Then he ended up, he didn't get found guilty of the murder, but he did have to spend some money through civil court because I think his family said that he caused it, so he had to pay tremendously. And some of his paraphernalia, I don't know the full story behind that. I'm just fast forwarding real quick because we're going to approximately be on here 15 to 30 minutes. I want to get as much information in as possible. Thank you guys for chiming in on the chat. He ended up, some of his items being sold, some of his some things from his past, his like jerseys, his paraphernalia, things that were his memorabilia, things that were worth money, end up getting sold. And somehow or another, he got caught up in a trick bag of going to get his stuff back. He went up there with a gun, and I believe that was the setup from the family. They knew he was naive enough to go for it. I don't know the full intricate details, but this is what I believe happened. And he ended up getting caught up, and I think OJ might have did 8 to 10 years. But listen, OJ came out of jail and had just as much celebrityism as he did before he left. I don't know if you all are familiar with the podcast It Is What It Is with Cameron and Mace. If you don't know who Cameron and Mace is, they are some legendary rappers from out of Brooklyn. And their career was based upon rapping, producing music. Them two fell apart for about 15 and 20 years, but they reunited. When they reunited, they came together with this podcast. It's a sports podcast, but this is one of the best podcasts. Matter of fact, I might go into this part after that we talk about OJ, but this is one of the best podcasts out on the market, I believe, because it's a homeboys barbershop podcast talking about sports. What you hear on this podcast is what you want to hear, or how you really talk when you're talking about sports. When we watch ESPN or Fox, and we see Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Undisputed with Skip Bayless, Keyshawn Johnson, all these guys. They don't talk our language like we talk in the barbershop. These guys, they giving the F bomb. Come on, y'all can sit up here and act all sedated, like you don't get amongst, women too, like you don't get amongst your sisters in the beauty parlor, and y'all don't talk about men just as much as when we get up in the barbershop, how we men talk about women. I don't care about your spirituality, I don't care about your faith, I don't care about your Holy Ghost power. What somewhere down the line, because we are human and we ain't blind, right? But this podcast, to me, is one of the best podcasts I've seen. And they featured O.J. Simpson as an analyst, as a football analyst on the show. This is the first season he was on there, and O.J. I believe people didn't want to give O.J. his props or his credit for his knowledge of the football game, but he was well knowledgeable of the game. He was a lover of the running backs. And he really brought forth a different dynamics to the game. It is what it is. It is an edgy podcast. It's not for the faint of heart. If you don't like sports and you don't like junk talking and you just don't like straight up foolery, because I'm the type of, I don't really know much about sports, but you get me in the barbershop and I act like I know everything. I'm gonna tell you what I do in the barbershop. I listen to what everybody else saying, and then I let the conversation go on for 15 minutes. And when they go to something else, I bring the topic back up and I just repeat what everybody else said. That's exactly what I do. I repeat what everybody else said. But anyway, OJ was on the show, and they had came with a unique bond, and they was getting ready to give OJ his own show. Like I said, you wouldn't know about this if you're not familiar with the podcast. It is what it is. But they was planning to give OJ his own show and to let him continue to broadcast his knowledge of football. Now, let me tell you the sad part about it. How people try to treat. Listen, OJ was acquitted of all charges, but this thing always lingers over his head, which is what we do. Each and every day ourselves. People have done things in the past, but we continue to hold these things over their head. We continue to try to remind them of their faults. We try to even when they have been acquitted, people have lied on people. I've been lied on about some things, and I just refuse to even try to defend myself on it because, I'm not going to defend or either entertain whatever you say. Whatever you say, it is what it is. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, fine. That's what I did. We ain't argue with that. That's what I did. Okay. I say this many times on the podcast. I tell my daughter and my son, especially my daughter, a lot of times. Shout out to my daughter. I saw her Thursday. I had to go take a quick trip to go see her. She had some things going on, and she called Daddy, and Daddy went to rolling. Daddy went to rolling down there. The good thing is that my daughter, she's doing her thing. She left as soon as she graduated school. My daughter pretty much moved out to start school. Where she was going to school at in Coastal, she went on ahead and moved down there with her granny and Paw, the Bridges, and she started working and worked her way into the school year, and now she's still there, and she's been doing her thing. And I was just telling her, again, the good thing about it is her mother had a competition with her school and a couple of schools in Richmond District 1. They had a competition somewhere down there, so she was able to spend some time with her Sunday. And then Thursday, I was down there with her because of some situation with a vehicle. And but I was telling her, I want to keep the aspect in my life that I don't want to deal with negative energy. But one thing I would say about dealing with energy, and I have to thank a particular person that let me know that's fine and dandy not to deal with negative energy, but you have to still deal with the situation of the problem one way sooner or later. So now I'm at the aspect, or either I'm at the turning point of, okay, I'm not going to deal with negative energy. I guess I need to say I'm not going to allow negative energy in my space. But everything in the world that comes up to you or in your space isn't positive. So to some degree, we still have to deal with negative energy. It's just how you let the negative energy attract or either cause confusion or cause any type of movement in your life. I refuse to do that. That's just the way I am. And I have embarked on some new understandings in myself. It's good to love people. I repeat, it is good to love people, but it's better, my brothers and sisters, to make sure you love and take care of yourself. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's better to make sure you love and take care of yourself. Understanding that, living on that principle now gives me a whole different outlook on life. I love people. A good friend of mine, I don't know if he's on here right now, DJ EPMD, my brother Everett Patterson. There's some things that he knows when I talk about in my fitness community, even when we, out here in Columbia, South Carolina, we are part of a $200,000 membership of E2M Fitness under the leadership of Jeff Spoon. But here in Columbia, I am, and I have to stop downplaying what I am here, because I always say, I'm considered as the leader, but I am the leader in this area. In the Midlands area, I am the leader of pretty much everyone in the E2M program, but it's up under the umbrella of what I do here. And we call it also the Midlands Monthly Meetup, because we meet up out at the park once a month, every first Saturday of the month, and I lead them in awesome 20, I think it's right at 28 minutes from start to finish, from stretching to the end. I'm just giving you all this information so you understand where I'm coming from. 28 minutes from start to finish, from stretching to working out to cooling down. And there are lots of aspects that people do not see. They don't see the hustle. They don't see the grinding and getting up early, being there before everybody else. My DJ, if we start at 8 o'clock, he's there when it's still dark outside, getting his equipment, loading up, make sure everything is good. I'm normally there right before 7 o'clock because we do like a fun run, 1 mile walk, which is not really far because on the trail out at Riverfront Park. And I invite y'all to come out there. It's right there to the first bridge. Turn around, good lighting out there. You don't have to worry about no crazy business going on. But there's some things in the planning and the logistics of being out there. And when he and I talking some other stuff, because I have a sneaker ball that's going on too. And I just be talking about the time and the investment in planning these things. And, you want everybody's ideas to be heard. You want everybody's ideas to be understood. You want everybody to feel like you, that it matters. And, bottom line is there's a leader and there are followers. It's just simple as that. And a lot of times I just don't like for people to feel like what they're saying doesn't matter. Even if, you ever been like that, even if that this is the way it's going to go and you have people included. Sometimes you just have to, wanting those people to be heard can really prolong the progress, because you're trying to please. He told me, he said, man, you try to please everybody. And he wasn't saying it in a way like, man, you trying to please everybody. He was like, man, it's amazing, man. You try to make sure everybody happy. Now, this is what my brother told me. This is what Brother Eric told me. This is what DJ EPMD told me. DJ EPMD, my brother Eric Patterson. And he said, man, it's amazing how you try to keep everybody happy in whatever situation, And then the flip side of that is, but what about you? You know, we can be so caught up in making sure everybody around us is good and you ain't never good, right? You ain't good. You can be caught up in trying to make sure this person is happy, especially with men. You know, men, we've been told all our life we've been put on this earth to serve and protect and to provide. But there are a lot of men that's just making sure the people around them are happy. And there's a song by this brother named Dax, and I want y'all to listen to this song. It's um, uh, what it's like to be a man. That's one of the songs that I encourage every man under the sound of my voice to listen to amongst yourself, riding in your car, before or after work, or once you come and settle down and you just want to listen to the song, what it's like to be a man. My brother, Eric told me, clear as day. He said, man, it's amazing how you try to make everybody happy, man. But what you want to do, how you need to handle the situation. And even when I told him what I wanted to do at the end of the conversation, I was like, but what you call said, do this, and I want to make sure that they don't think that we forgetting about them. And he was like, boy, I tell you. And I say all that to say, and it's nothing wrong with making people feel happy, making people feel loved. But when you and that's on both ends, man, woman, boy, or girl. If you feel like you're in a situation and you've given and not received, then you have to really evaluate, because you be given. I think Shannon Sharp has a saying, and it goes something like this: you have to be careful with how much you are willing to give, because there is no limit on how much people are willing to take from you. You have to be careful on how much you're willing to give people, because there is no limit on how much people are willing to take. People will take. And whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, they just take. Almost like did it, take that. Bad boy, take that. And you just have to, you have to sit back and evaluate. You have to say, happiness and inner peace. I found out so many things these last few weeks in my life. It's just happiness and peace, which is why I tell my daughter about the negative energy. I just want her to be at peace with stuff. Stuff will come, but how you handle it, is the major project of life. How you handle things that are not positive. How do you handle it? What do you do? Happiness and peace is a must. Keep fighting the fight, my brothers and sisters. Finish the course. You understand? Like I said, I had a lot of stuff to put forth to you. And I know I didn't interact too much with the chat this morning, but I had a lot to get off, and I didn't do the inspirational thought of today. But we didn't have the inspirational thought of today per se. Deacon Stoops, we didn't have the inspirational thought of the day from Brother Craig Stoops, but I do appreciate him for always being here, and for everybody who is in the chat. If you don't, well, let's just let the cat out the bag. This will please my brothers and sisters understand that this is a pre-recorded podcast, so I will not be able to respond. I just gave out my secret, right? But yeah, this is a pre-recorded podcast. What you are watching now, I had to pre-record because I am unable to be here live with you this morning. So I had to do a pre-recorded broadcast, and I pray and I hope that you all can enjoy this. And I think 30 minutes of pre-recorded podcasting is good. It gives me time enough to just really stick to one good topic. I end up talking about two topics really, but it's I just appreciate y'all for tuning in and giving me your listening ear. I will be back next week. I'll be back here at the regular time of 7:15 immediately after the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About It podcast that comes on every Sunday morning. If you are in the local area of Columbia, South Carolina, if you tune in on your local TV to channel 63.1, if I'm not mistaken, it's WKTC TV or WKC TV. Channel 63.1 on channel 63.1 on your local channels. Channel 63 on Direct TV and channel 4 on Spectrum. Let me say this and I'm gonna get out of here. My mother, I was headed, I had to go take care of some business, and my mother's friend told her that they had some grocery items. You know, a lot of people's churches give out different items, and so her friend called her and told them, and I guess in my mother's generation, because I can't imagine being the age that my mother is, which would be in less than 20 something years, I don't think I'd be calling around asking my daughter to go. My mama, well, pops called, hey, where you at? You in Columbia? Yes, sir, I'm in Columbia. Why? Your mama got some chitlins she needs you to get. Some chitlins? Yeah, Gail, those at her church, they giving away chitlins, and she needs you to go pick up. My mama tracked me down, guys. And it was funny, but I don't believe at my age of 70, I'm going to be tracking my daughter down to tell her to go up to the church. Now, I ain't never heard of a church giving away chitlins. I done heard a church giving away fruit. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. I ain't never heard of a church giving away chitlins. You know you down in the country when the church can give away chitlins. And listen, I ain't talking about the clean chicken and the chitlins in the plastic. I'm talking about the red bucket of chitlins. Somebody might want to say shitlins, but the red bucket, frozen. And listen, mama was like, I need you to go get them chitlins for me. Because I just left the house and I ain't going to be there. And I need you to go pick up my chitlins for me. So I went to go pick up mama's chitlin. And I pulled in and her friend was like, hey, Todd, how you doing? Yeah, I said, I come to get those chitlins for mama or whatever she had, y'all had for her. And the lady was like, this is Gene's son right here. And the first thing they started saying was, she said, yeah, he's the one that has the TV show. And people was like, the TV show? Like, yeah, he has a TV show on Sunday mornings, And now this dude kind of make you mad right here. People like, yeah, he got a show. What's the name of your little show again? People trip me out. What's the name of your show? It's early. I said Early Morning Praise. And when I said the name Early Morning Praise, it was like 5 or 6 people. They were like, that's your show? That's you? You Todd Mickens? I was like, yes, ma'am, I'm Todd Mickens. And it made me feel so good that, a dynamic of people who I never met before has been affected by my show. And I realized my parameters of people that's coming to my show, or my demographics of people, I'm learning in business, you have to know who your customers are. I want my customers to be the young folks and the middle age, but most of my viewers are 45 and up. And I mean up and up, because there's not a lot of young people getting up at 5 and 6 and 6:30 on a Sunday morning, let alone any morning, because most people have a regular 9-to-5 job. But old people, they getting up early, especially on Sunday morning, because if they ain't cook Saturday night, then they definitely up cooking early Sunday morning. So when they get home, they had a pot fresh and ready for dinner. But yeah, I was so enthused, and that's kind of how I want my life's mark to be left on this earth, that people are like, oh, that's Todd Mickens. Whether they remember the TV show or not, I just want them to be excited when they hear about my name, because I am somebody. I'm Todd Mickens. I've been spoken, the word been spoken into me that I am enough. I'm already enough. I'm not, I don't think more of myself, but I know, I am enough right now. I'm special. I'm a king. I'm a warrior. I'm the I am he. I'm that guy. I am him. You know what I mean? And y'all can take it in a way, oh, he put himself above. I didn't say, listen, Listen, even if I was to say I am God, what I'm saying, if I say that because if I'm made in his image, right? He is in me. So he and I is one. Y'all can take it how you want it, you know. I don't have to put an imaginary God up in the sky in my mind. He's here. So if he's here, he's me. You understand what I'm saying? Take it how you want it, like it how you not, it's what it is. So I don't need no phone calls and nobody want to have no real quick prayers with me. I'm gonna just tell you, hey, find the God in you. And you can take that however you want it, but instead of looking for the God in the sky, find the God in you. Listen to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Find the higher power in you. Now, I ain't saying I don't believe in God or none of that, but I want you to see, I like saying things that make people think, because you're so inside of the box. But find the God in you. Where is God? Where is God? Don't look up in the sky. I'm asking you, where is God? How can you feel God's presence if he's up there? If you claim you feel or know God, there's no way you feel and know him from an imaginary place of looking up or saying he's there or wherever. Do you know God? Better yet, do you know yourself? Find God in yourself. Yeah. Do your research. Know thyself. Right? But nevertheless, man, I know y'all getting tired of me because I'm getting tired of y'all already. It's been 36 minutes, and I did say I was going to get out of here, but I do appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About podcast. What I want to do is I want to play a song by my brother, my baby boy, Coach Mickens. This is a song called Cool Down Yonder. I do believe this song here is going to be on somebody's soundtrack. I do believe my brother's going to be getting residuals. He's going to be getting that check for that song being in the big box office, because this song here resonates. It's going to be on some type of Black History program or some type of Black History movie. I guarantee here's Cool Down Yonder by Coach Mickens. Listen to it with me, if you will.
Well, it's cool down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Oh, it's cool down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Lord, it's cool down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Lord, my Lord, come on down. My Lord said, oh, my Lord said, come on anyhow. I'll meet you there. Said it's cool down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Lord, it's cool down by the banks of Jordan. Lord, it's cool down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Lord, my Lord, come on down. Oh, my Lord said, come on anyhow. Oh, Lord, I'll meet you there.
Yes, sir.
Tell me your safety down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Lord, it's safety down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Oh, it's safety down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Oh, my Lord, come on down. Lord,
come on, sir.
Lord said, come on anyhow.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Todd Mickens Let's Talk About It podcast.
I'll meet you there.
This song is Cool Down Yonder.
Tell me it's freedom down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Oh, it's freedom down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Oh, it's freedom down yonder by the banks of Jordan. Oh, my Lord, come on down. Oh, my Lord said, come on anyhow. Oh, Lord, I'll meet you there.
Come on, sir. Yeah. Come on, y'all put your hands together.
Oh, it's cool down yonder by
Bless
the
me.
banks of Georgia.
Send a donation.
It's cool down
$sign early morning
by
praise.
the banks
Cash
of Georgia. It's cool down yonder by the banks of Georgia. Lord, my Lord, come on down. Stay right there. Come on down. See, there's a place of safety, a place of freedom. And oh, my Lord, say, come on anyhow. Oh Lord, I'll meet you there.
All right, Cool Down Yonder by Colton Mickey.
Well,
Y'all really want to get out of here. I appreciate y'all again, but before we go, it's not often that I do this, so in doing this, I pray and ask that y'all help me through my journey of my podcast and my TV show. If you will, please, ma'am, please, sir, be so kind. Look down there, the information at the bottom of your screen. You can send a donation to Cash App. Cash App donation thing is $ early morning praise. $ early morning praise. Venmo at Todd Mickens. Venmo at Todd Mickens, or PayPal at Todd Mick 86 at Todd Mick 86. And last but not least, Zelle, Matthew Todd Mickens at yahoo.com, or simply you can put in the phone number and it will pop in. If you want to mail something to me, reach out to me. We'll figure out an address you can send it to, because I ain't giving y'all my address. Right? I ain't giving y'all my address. But listen, guys, I love and I do appreciate you all so very much. We getting ready to get out of here. If you can, please, ma'am, please, sir, please be a blessing to me. I ain't gonna say I don't need your donations. I just say I need your help and your participation in keeping this type of thing going. Some people come through here and watch the podcast week after week, and soon as the conversation about donations and money come around, I see the numbers in the chat go down. But there are some people in here that, listen, I don't even have to blink before I even can finish the word donations. They're already sending it, and they send it in love. And I do definitely appreciate all the ones who've been blessing me from the beginning. Thank you so very much. All the ones who may not be able to bless me financially, as far as donating to the podcast and TV show, I appreciate you. And I ask that you just pray for me, pray my strength in the Lord, that he will keep me strong here on this earth as I continue to travel along this way. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's your guy, Todd Mickens. I'm getting ready to get out of here. I love y'all. Peace, love, hair grease, and all that other good stuff. Y'all do what y'all got to do. I'm out.